All right, Shalom, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who real well and who I learned this truth from. And salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. And Shalom to the rest of the elect. All right. As we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, this your brother Chagabar. All right, and I want to just touch on the fact that with Iran and Saudi Arabia pretty much looking to strengthen their economic ties is going to spell doom for America, man. You know what I'm saying? Because over there in that region, the so-called Middle East, we know that Saudi Arabia is pretty much being, the U.S. is really their main ally, dealing with those Ishmaelite nations, if you will. Well, we know that Iran is like the leader, or they're the country that's the leader of the Shia Islam sect, and then Saudi Arabia is the leader of the Sunnis, the Sunni sect of Islam. Which they've been they have their differences or whatnot. But now, the time we're in, man, just everything playing out on the planet Earth. You got the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I believe Saudi Arabia joined at the start of this year. So did several other countries joined at the start of this year. But we are living in different times now, man, to where even nations like, Saudi Arabia and Iran, who have been at odds with each other, they're strengthening their ties together now. Okay, because it's all about doing what's best for their country at the end of the day. And what everybody is realizing is that the American dollar is about to collapse. Okay, these people realize that you look at BRICS, everybody's been de-dollarizing. Everybody's been moving away from the dollar, being buying oil or whatnot with the Chinese yuan and shit like that. So, everybody see what's playing out, man. Everybody see what's going on. You got the war tensions over there in the so-called Middle East, the Red Sea. Shit's popping off in the world. And at the end of the day, man, these groups, these two different sects, if you will, the Sunnis and the Shias, okay, which they're all, Islam, Ishmael. Okay, you got a lot of Elamites as well. So-called East Indians. You got a lot of Elamites that subscribe to the that are Sunnis. Okay. But we know that these tensions are gonna get to the point to where they're gonna pretty much link up together, man, and in coming against America, Babylon the Great. All right, which we're gonna grab a precept, okay, going into that. All right, but so when you see things like this playing out, okay, best believe, man, these countries are making these moves because they're getting ready to completely move away from the US dollar. Okay. And this is what we about to see playing out, man. This is, like I said, when you got the war with Israel and Iran, okay, the tensions with Israel and Iran, the Israel, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, etc. This is pretty much causing these Ishmaelite countries and nations, if you will, to band together, okay. All right, they're gonna band together, man, and then destroy America and Israel. Okay, so let's grab this precept. Matter of fact, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east." Okay, so-called Middle East. It says, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble." Okay, which the nations of the dragons of Arabia, will represent Saudi Arabia. Okay, you just look up a map of ancient Arabia. It's that landmass. Okay, all right, give me one moment. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Okay, so that's going into the Saudi Arabia. Okay, but let's continue. Okay, because it says Slovakia. The nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they would cheer them may fear and tremble. Which, like I said before, you understand that the Saudi Arabia sees itself as the leading Sunni Muslim power, while Iran sees itself as the leading Shia Muslim power. Okay, but what's going to happen is they're going to put their differences aside for the sole purpose of the BRICS nations and de-dollarizing, and for all of these emerging countries to completely rid their alliance on the U.S. and to bolster their own economic hegemony, if you will. Okay, to promote their own sovereignty, but in doing so, they're gonna come together, man. Their tensions they're gonna leave their tensions behind. Okay, it says, verse 30. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. Okay. And join battle with them, and they shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, which is going into Amerikkà, modern day Babylon the Great. Okay. But the point being is that the Carmanians represent who? Iran. Okay. When you look up Carmania, okay, it's, as a matter of fact, let's just, where is Carmania today? Right. Carmania, okay, Old Persian, Middle Persian, is a historical region that approximately corresponds to the current province of Kerman, Iran, which, the ancient name of Iran was Persia, So this is Iran, man. Carmania represents Iran. So when we grab the precept, it's telling you that they're going to pretty much join forces, man. It says, also the Carmanians, which represents Iran, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and they shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Okay, so they're going to be fighting along together, man. Something's going to happen, as the tensions with Iran, or as the tensions with Israel and all of the Iran's proxies, as it continues to escalate, man. You see that Netanyahu is not lashing out, man. He's going after all of those, Palestinians and Ishmaelites and so-called Muslims. He don't give a shit, And as things escalate, man, well, what are these other countries going to do? They're going to start banding together, man. Okay. Salaki, they're going to start banding together. All right. Okay. It says, verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Okay. So they're going to remember their nature, which is what we know Ishmael was created to be. His hand was created to be in the midst of his brothers. All right. Let's see if I can grab that. He's a wild man. Hold up. Give me one moment. Okay, Ishmael is Genesis 16:12. Let's grab verse 11. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear and call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man, right? Did it not just say, Salakia, did it not just say the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood? Okay, they're a wild people. It says, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So that's why they live in a so-called Middle East when you deal with those Ishmaelites, because this was the prophecy concerning them, man. This is why there's always war, tensions, and all that shit going on over there, because the Most High said their hands will be against every man, and every man's hands will be against him. But I wanted to grab that point real quick because of the fact that that's their nature they're remembering. They're remembering their nature, which is to be a wild, pretty much to be a warring people, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to get to the point to where, now that Iran has directly attacked Israel for the first time in modern history a few weeks ago, and then Israel responded, and now I forget who retaliated last, but now I believe we're awaiting Israel, to see how they're going to respond. And some people were saying they were going to wait till after their Passover, which I believe I don't know if it's up or if it's about to be up or whatever, but, they're saying they're going to wait till after their Passover, and then they expect a major escalation from Israel. But we're going to wait and see, but the point being is that, with these Ishmaelite countries, like I said, you got some Elamites that are Sunnis or whatnot that live in Saudi Arabia, a good percentage of the population. But with them banding together, this is going to topple America, man. Because when you think about the oil exports and all of those things that come from these countries in the so-called Middle East, that's where, this place gets a lot of that oil from, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the threat of Iran cutting off the oil from leaving that strait of Gibraltar, I believe, or no, Salaki, the Strait of Hormuz. Salaki, I'm getting them mixed up here. But yeah, with Iran threatening to cut off that Strait of Hormuz, man, that would drastically hyperinflate the price of oil. Okay, and best believe, man, as that war continues, as those tensions continue to escalate, they're gonna do things like this, man. This is why scriptures go into the black horse, a day's wage for a loaf of bread, and hyperinflation and these types of things playing out on the earth, man. Because again, these nations are they've chosen their sides, man. It's pretty clear, everybody's choosing their side because everybody knows what's about to go down. I mean, it's like every day you got videos coming out saying the U.S. is on high alert. We got a red alert for a terrorist attack. Red alert this, red alert that. Sniffer planes and jets and doomsday planes flying in the air all the time, man. Okay, so people are bracing, man. Everybody knows shit about to pop off, but the point being is that these two nations, if you will, that literally have they don't see eye to eye. Well, they're gonna see eye to eye for this purpose, man. And when they put their differences aside as far as the Sunnis and Shias, and they just realize, look, man, the problem is the Amalekites, the JOOs in America, Babylon the Great. Yeah, they're gonna come together and they're gonna they're gonna do what we just read, man. They're gonna waste a portion of the land of America, Babylon the Great. But that's pretty much the point. I didn't really want to grab it. I just I didn't want to read the article. You can read it. But I just wanted to highlight that. And then you got the 1441, so 144, But anyways, man, that's the point. Okay, I didn't really want it to be too long, but we know that they're gonna pretty much link up. Okay, which is showing you, man, America's not really gonna have any support or allies anywhere, because even when you deal with members of NATO, they're gonna turn on America, Babylon the Great, man. Okay, Gomer, what's that? Turkey. When you deal with like Togarmah and Gomer or whatnot, that goes into like the region of Turkey, man. Let's look this up real quick, because we know that's they're gonna turn against America as well. Gomer, Turkey, or Gomer, Togarmah. It goes into like Asia Minor, okay, if you will, which Asia Minor is like modern day Turkey. So that region, okay, we don't can't say exactly which members of NATO are going to turn on America, but Turkey is going to be one of them, okay, because that's that region of Gomer, Togarmah. And when you go into Revelation, the 17th chapter, it tells you the 10 horns are going to turn on this whore. So yeah, I mean, even members of NATO are going to turn on this place, man. The point being is that the Most High is clinking everybody up, you know what I'm saying, and moving these pieces, man, so that way he can go ahead and fulfill prophecy. Okay, it's touching his third woe in the destruction of Babylon the Great, America, man. But with that, I'm going to close out and give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, DTAY, Baba Ball, Shalom.